And you can forget you're on the world's biggest golf podcast right now, the Rick Shiels Golf Show podcast. That doesn't influence.
I can forget that you're the host of it, and I can just openly say what I want.
Speaking of good swings, though, and swings that need improvement, I've got a really good question off Facebook here for you, Dan. And this is one that might be a Facebook clip, so it could get good views. Graham Murray has asked, and I want your hand-on-heart answer here. Whose golf swing is better, Peter Finch or Richard Shiels?
Wow, I get full Sunday title.
You do.
Oh.
And
let's elaborate as well. The longer the clip, the more ad revenue, so it's better.
And you can forget you're on the world's biggest golf podcast right now, the Rick Shiels Golf Show podcast. That doesn't influence.
I can forget that you're the host of it, and I can just openly say what I want.
That doesn't influence anything that you're about to say now.
So, what are we going to use the answer based on how good they are at controlling the golf ball around the course and it sticks under pressure?
Oh no, then Pete probably wins.
Or is it the one that looks and technically seems the best? Or can you have the two?
You elaborate. You take your time.
Me, Dan. You tell me if you think there's more than one option. If
Rick wins at least one option, then we're fine.
I think there's two answers. Okay. So I think if you looked at it just from like old school kind of hitting positions, moving through it, controlling the ball in a sterile environment like on driving range or just when it's a free go, I think Pete's really good. You know, technically it's a good move, but I don't see Pete being brilliant under pressure. And I think that it's because some of his skills have been learnt skills and he maybe just hasn't had enough time to be able to do it under pressure, whereas Rick kind of owns his move, so he's definitely more of a bounce player that goes with the confidence. But because he owns it, if he goes a couple under, it's a chance to go 6 under, but I don't see Pete getting that far under because I don't see him bouncing with it.
My man.
Burn, Peter Finch. I like that, Dan. So you basically said I'm much better. I think the biggest differences are, and I do think Pete's got a really good swing, and you've obviously developed that enormously. He had a very classic-y swing when I first met him, and you've kind of developed it into much more of a power swing right now anyway. But you're right, there's many times where I feel like my kind of gritty, kind of almost getting the ball around, not all the time, granted I've had some shockers, but getting the ball around definitely works in my favour a little bit more, where I do think Pete, as a longer lasting golf game right now, is a lot better because he's putting so much more work and practice into it without question. Match play, I think that's where I kind of really can find my own in match play, hence the 2 trophies on the cabinet just up there from 2002 and 2003. I do think match play is where I kind of get that gritty, like little bull terrier type mentality.
I think you're doing yourself a bit of a disservice there, mate. I think when I look back, before I worked with you, maybe about 3 months before, you went and won an event at Old Links.
Yes.
6, 7 under?
No, I think I was about maybe 4 or 5
What event was
under.
this?
I think you knocked it on the first and hold it for 2.
Back in the day.
Did you win a PJ event?
I came second. I was 3 under through 2 at St Anne's Old Link. So I eagled the first, birdied the second, then went par, birdie.
Is this why you wanted to play there for the Break 75?
Yeah. The frigging wind picked up. No, but I do think...
But that sort of like tells me where you're at, if you get what I mean, in terms of you're really comfortable. Once you've got yourself going, you're quite happy to go with the flow.
I'm a very confidence player, as you mentioned earlier.
I think you're a confidence player, and you can go deep once you start. If you're 3 under par through 9, you could be 7.
Yeah, I'm not
100%.
scared about that. Like if I'm playing well, I never ever think I'm going to blow it when I'm playing well. When I am playing badly, though, all I think about is blowing it on every single hole. That's my biggest difference.
Yes, your brain gets in your way when you're not playing well, but when you are playing well, you just roll with it.
Yeah, it's obviously everyone gets this, but if I start well and get through the front 9, I never think I now need to just hold on for the back 9. I definitely, if I'm playing well, I'm like, okay, back 9, I'm ready to go more now. Where, like, say, when it's playing badly, it's just like, oh God, come on, where is that magic? Where is it? And I think that's just part of me. I don't play as much. I don't practice as much. Obviously, I'm doing a lot more this year with the Break 75s and just playing a lot more in general and really enjoying it. And you know, just that little bit of advice I got from you last week, even just with the club face and the chest turning, just a little glimpse of just something that's like a little stroke on the, like I say,
belly rub.
a little belly rub and a little. You're all right, Rick. You're not as bad as you think.
Question for you then.
Whenever I go into Dan, he's just so much better than Peter Finch. I think that's the biggest like. And I
Well,
walk
he was
out and just
slagging
go,
Pete off when we played the other day. When he saying how rubbish he is. So.
and I just walk out there going, I am better than Peter Finch. Yes. Here
And then
we
you
go.
play against Pete and he beats you 5-4. But what I was going to say was, from what you saw with Rick the other day at the Mia, when you played solid, and you obviously played them, you shot 1 under, dead tidy. If from that performance, you have Rick for 12 months, every couple of weeks, he actually puts it proper grinds it. Let's say his handicap right now would be, what would you...
I would say I'm about a 3.
At the moment, what do you think you could get him to in a year? I know there's a lot more to it, it's a bit of an open-ended question, but realistically, if you put his mind to it...
To base it off like the new system, which is really
Yeah.
based off of where you're at with your current game, +2.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I'd take, yeah. For me, I don't travel very well. My game doesn't always travel great.
You get in your own way when you're travelling places sometimes. I think you're a lot better than you think you are. I think your short game needs a lot of work.
Hence, yes.
Your chipping's
agreed.
the worst bit in it.
I think my putting's good.
Your
I think you
putting's-
put great.
I think my putting is good.
Your long putting's mega. Distance control's good. Obviously, hit it long. Iron play was really good.
Yeah, I feel
Distance
like
control was good.
irons and putting is good. Chipping and wedges is crap. Driving is okay.
I think 120 in game needs to get really good.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as good as you hit it, you've got a lot of them. So they just need to get tighter with proximity. Need to be able to control the trajectory a little bit more on the wedge. Be able to fly it in a bit lower, controlling the spin. And then around the greens, you need to just be having it where when you do miss, it's just average shot 3 foot. That's
Yeah.
what it needs to get to.
I don't have that, unfortunately, at the moment.
So next up, Dan...